So these are our yearlings. There should be 14, including Wally. Dad said he only had 10. Well, 4 of which decided to cross the creek, and there's 2 underneath that cedar tree. So they finally figured out how to cross the creek, except Sassy hasn't yet, huh? So now they're learning about the bike, and Red decided to come out with me, and he's good. Huh. And come over here to make sure my girls are good, and here's our doe and her baby. And there's some others hiding. But where'd you go? Too many crossed. Rosie crossed. Oh, they're gonna come down here towards the water. Just a mommy and her baby. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby. You're all right, baby. Stampede. Slow down, girls. Slow down. Yeah, are you girls gonna learn how to cross the creek too? Wally, they are across. They're okay. All your girls are accounted for. It's okay. All the girls are accounted for. You're all right. And the other 2 are hiding.
Little hernia boy. Yeah, he went a few days ago. He went a couple of days without getting his Banamine, and it swelled back up. He's not overly happy this morning.
No, because now he's gotten to the point where he kicks.
Yeah, he likes to kick now. And I don't know what to think about the way that feels.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like he's down in part of the sheath where it blocks a little bit of it.
I mean, I saw him pee this morning. I saw the end of his pee because he took off running, but...
And I got him to pee, but it was a bunch of just, like, drops.
Yeah, she got him to pee, but of course he peed for me earlier. Just while he happened to be peeing when I walked in the barn.
I didn't ask when you're out.
Oh, Lucian helped me.
You're good, lit. You know
Ty found out what she didn't do last night. She filled the calf's water with this hose right here from over there. She didn't hook the float back up to that trough. So
they still had half.
They didn't have too much this morning. Well, a couple of fixtures to send to the vet and tell him what's going on. See what he thinks. Well, I don't know. Can't keep going the way he is. I don't know if it's just fluid buildup or, maybe one of them stitches inside let loose. But it doesn't feel right for that either, so.
Buffalo, you had your breakfast twice this morning.
Ty was just talking to a big girl there. I'm not sure why she's still got a calf in her. I mean, if she stands her front hooves on one of those humps in there, I mean, the calf's going to fall out.
She's standing outside eating hay. And her entire left side is clear full to the point where it's about to spew milk. And if it starts spewing milk, I'm just going to tie a bucket around it.
Yeah. Well, if I tip the camera anymore, it's going to be an issue. I got 1, 3, 4, and 6 because I can get on those way up there. Torque to 100. Got to go to 130. Then back them off. And go to 130 again. I went it 3 times. And I got overcast. It's actually comfortable so far. I haven't sweated my ass off yet. Gonna be a slow day on this. I showed you hernia boy earlier. I've been waiting to hear back from the vet. He actually got right back to me when I sent him pictures earlier. And said, well, I can prescribe an oral tablet. We can try that. So I said, well, we got to do something because we got to get him good enough that him and Mommy can go out so Mommy can get to the bull. And he just got back to me. It's sitting there ready to get picked up. So somebody's got to go pick it up. Rather than wait till tomorrow to get oil filters for this thing. And I probably should do fuel filters too, but right now fuel is up that far. I want her to spin enough to get oil pressure, which I'll just keep the fuel shut off for that. But here's the thing with fuel filters. We get clean fuel, we keep it clean, we don't have troubles. Fingers crossed, right? We honestly have not had fuel issues for a very long time, because we do, whenever it's moved from point A to point B, it's filtered. And, you know, you get it from a good supplier, it's filtered there. Our pumps out there have filters on them. Pump on the service truck is filtered, so everything is filtered right up into the tractor tank. And my personal opinion is fuel filters should last forever. But they do not. I mean, we usually get at least 4,000 hours on a set of filters. And usually just change them just because at that rate. And it's on the other side of them. I don't know how many hours are on those. I know there's quite a few, but I just don't want to mess with that. I'd rather change filters on a warm engine that's running than on a cold engine that's not. Although sometimes there's no choice. And oiled coolant conditioner filter too. So I got to run the town and pick that stuff up. Yeah, it's just going to be a day that we don't get a whole lot done on here. But we're going to get as much as we can anyway. And look at, and there's no big pile of cardboard over here. The recycle container sitting outside, and it's pretty much clear full. There's enough room in it for the rest of the cardboard we're going to have. That's just about all that there is when we're done. And hey, that fan's on low, and that fan's not even on, and it's nice in here. I actually turned that one off because I was on the phone getting the filters, and I was checking number on that one for sure. Figure out if it was the standard one or the metric one. I didn't realize there was a standard and a metric. But anyway, I'm going to finish running those 4 up to 130 and do the back it off and run them up thing a couple of times. Turn the engine a little bit so I can do the others. Yeah, I told you we cheat to turn it. That little button right there works wonders. But one thing we're noticing, this is the only tractor with a disconnect on it. That's an old disconnect off a truck, bracket and everything. And one of these is a little rusty and arcing. Arcing, I don't know. So, probably should address that, clean it up, put some stuff on it, call it good. And I don't know, I was hoping to have it running tomorrow, but yeah, maybe Sunday. Might even be Monday, I don't know. I mean, so many little things that are time consuming, and me standing here gabbing and talking to you, you know, that thing still needs to go outside and get blown off. I don't want it blown off in here. And it can go back on too. If it was on, we could actually turn it from the front, but say it don't take much to bump that. A whole lot easier and quicker. So anyway, I'll bring you back for something. Well, 1, 3, hey, she did get her to click. 1, 3, 4, and 6 are done, times 3 like they're supposed to be. And then I always go over 2 or 3 times after the final torque just to make sure. And she is doing 2 and 4. She tried to do a couple of the others, and she just didn't have it in her. But I told her it's all on what you got to do. You notice raced off the tire over there. So, hey, kid. What? You don't gotta back that off. No, you only did 4 bolts. You don't gotta back that off. You gotta ice it every now and then. Because you should do that on a torque wrench. Do a few. But she goobered it. But we're cheating here. We're using the breaker bar to loosen them off. This is the first torque on 2 and 4. And I guess I've got to reset the torque wrench. I wish I'd have been quicker. This is funny. So, while I was resetting this, she's using a breaker bar, which is a good, I don't know, 8 inches longer. And she can't break the ones loose. She just torqued.
Ow, son of a
And,
bitch.
oh yeah, she just cut that freaking cotter key.
Which I've caught 4 times already.
That one, right there. Yeah. She's learning. Dang, we're here in this position again. Me sitting here and her laying there. Hannah's on. She's just working on tying it up. I just got done helping her get all the bolts in it. And now, she wants an extension. I told her when I had the pen ready to go, get everything she needed.
Hey, asshole, you grabbed that one.
I grabbed that one because that's the one that was going to work for what I was doing. She wants a real extension. You believe that? Yeah. And she'll complain it's too long. Won't fit in the front. That flexible one is handy though. And no, I did not run them up with the DeWalt. Well, I did run them up, but I was really, really slow. And I mean, the gasket probably didn't even contact half of it.
Thank you. I'm sweating my ass off down here.
Yeah, I was sweating my ass off down there too. It got warmer today. Not like it has been, but it's 81 or 82 degrees in here, so it's probably 85 anyway outside, I suppose. And humid.
Awesome, understand.
Gotta love it. Don't be horsing on
I'm
those.
not.
Okay, well, it looks like you are from here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, anyway, yeah, no top end yet. Yeah, Rodney Middleton asked me if I was going to do the pan first or the head first. And, it really doesn't matter which way you go once you got the middle done. But if you do the pan first, because I'm going to be dropping a bunch of assembly lube in. Hey, my phone's on noise. But assembly lube, you got to go down on, since everything's dry as a bone, go down on cam before I put all the lifters in. The lifters will get smeared with assembly lube. And it stuff drips, and it's sticky, and it's icky, and it all would be on the floor. Now, if anybody remembers when we did the 4010, we had a hell of a mess on the floor with the assembly lube. We really did. And so far, there hasn't been too much. Just give me that dumb look. It ain't like the 4010 was, dork.
How many times I clean the floor and then you make a mess out of a beautiful floor?
It ain't been beautiful yet. It's still dirty from when somebody made a mess in here when we were scrapping stuff. I heard that would have been. Anyway, that just saves everything. Of course, hey, if I drop something where I shouldn't, but then if I drop something where I shouldn't, it's lost anyway. So we just won't do
If
that.
he drops something that he shouldn't and I take this goddamn pan off, his ass is going to be out in the damn pasture by himself for a while thinking about what the hell he made his daughter do again.
It'll probably be another 2 or 3 days before this thing's out of here because we'll have to get a new pan gasket because we'll royally screw that one up. But anyway, this is where we is. And we ain't going to get the head on today. That's a given. So head tomorrow. But we do have oil filters and water conditioner, and like I said before, we'll wait on those. But they will probably get done with the next oil change. So we get the break-in done on this, and then we'll probably go ahead and do fuel filters. That should be good for the next 10 years, right? Well, for another year or two, maybe. I can honestly say I have never torqued pan bolts in my life, but I just did. And actually, they're not torqued all the way up. I decided just to look it up and see. Pan bolts on this thing, they're 10 different places, say different things. Basically, 7 foot-pounds to 18 foot-pounds. So, take that as you wish. I'm figuring I'm not going to get the big torque wrench in there to do any of it anyway, so there's a little one laying there beside the DeWalt in the tub. it's inch pounds. I just ran everything up to 120 inch pounds, which is basically a quarter to a half a turn tighter than we kind of thought was tight enough. So we're going to do that again in the morning. The only ones I can't get it on is the very front 4 across the front. With just the extension on, I can get it to the ones right up in there, but not the very front ones. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw a little insight in there. The inch pound gauge on that's a little funky to read once you get it goes from 120 up to 240. So you got to figure the increments in between, and I know I don't want to go to 240. So that being said, hey, we're going to have a torqued pan and see what happens. Didn't get anything beyond getting the pan on. That's time consuming, and it's hot. We're both tired. Wasn't so freaking humid. Maybe we'd go more tonight, but last thing I want to do is fudge up somewhere and drop that or damage the new head gasket that I haven't even pulled out of the box yet to look at. Do anything stupid like that. Or hey, forget to put the lifters in before the head goes on. And something we're gonna do, I'm not sure how we're gonna do it. The breather tube on the other side comes up between these two. Well, it does not move out of there because on the side of the block there's a boss that sticks out and just totally screws things up. So we're either going to split that tube so that it can be taken in and out without pulling the head literally, or we're going to do a little squishing and beating on it. But that's going to happen after the head's on. I got a feeling we're probably going to end up splitting it and putting hose on it. That's probably the best way to do it. We've done that on others. I don't know why they got to do it that way. So many places they can run a breather tube. Let's put it right where it fits in so tight that you can't do anything with it. You can't take it off without either pulling the exhaust manifold off or pulling the head. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So anyway, and yeah, that little white box laying over there should be a whole bunch of gaskets in there. Head gasket, valve cover gasket, probably has manifold gaskets in it, maybe. Better have turbo gaskets in it, it's supposed to. I guess that's about all of them. So anyway, that's the rest of the day on this. So tomorrow, finish checking a few things, get the lifters in, get the head on. Might have it if everything goes smoothly tomorrow. The biggest pain in the ass, in all honesty, is fitting that in, because you got to have the front bolts. Oops, getting hung up on the cord on the hair hose. You got to have the front bolts in the head before it goes in underneath that, and then you got to hold those bolts so they're not in the way. And literally, it ends up against those. I think those are steering lines. Maybe not. Yeah, those are steering lines. It ends up against the steering lines and against everything else. And you got like a 1/4 inch to the water pump. I said before, if they made this tractor 6 inches longer, it wouldn't be an issue with the front pan bolts. And, they'd give them more room back here too. Maybe. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope everybody had a great Friday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And like I say, we'll see what tomorrow brings.